Okay guys, today we're going to do rhetorical analysis. This is what we learned from before, and this is going to be a new lesson of how we rhetorically analyze and a piece of text. So first we're going to read the content objective. We have a given piece of the text. Students will determine an author's purpose through a rhetorical analysis. Now for language objectives, you guys are going to identify the author's purpose, read a piece of text. In this case, we're going to look at song lyrics. Identify rhetorical devices, describe the author's use of rhetorical devices, and write the author's purpose and evidence supporting it. Okay, you should look at your PowerPoints that I gave you right here. Make sure you follow along. So for the review, we're going to look over the soapstone strategy again. It's in your PowerPoint. I also gave you your soapstone strategy. Do you remember what soapstone stands for?
Yes. Speaker, occasion, audience, purpose, subject, tone.
And tone. Okay, so what is subject? Or what's speaker, I'm sorry?
It is the voice that's telling the story.
Good, it's the voice that's telling the story. Occasion, Sam.
It is the time and place, setting, situation, or event.
Good, okay, so occasion, remember, it's the time, the place, that's the setting. Audience, Dan.
It's the people watching or listening
Or reading.
Reading, okay, good. So audience can be people watching, listening. Is it just one person? What else could it be?
It could be a class.
It could be a class.
Could be a small
Yeah,
group.
a class, a small group. So that's what we're going to pay a lot of attention to when we're going to look at the music videos. So our purpose, that's another important thing that we're going to look at. Who wants to tell me what purpose, what does it mean?
What's the point of writing it?
Good, what's the point of writing it? What we're going to do today, we're going to look at persuade. Does anyone want to try what persuade means?
Trying to get someone to come on your side of a argument.
Good. Okay, so we're gonna okay, so get the O. We're gonna take the O.
Yeah.
Okay, subject. What is the topic, the content, or the idea? So remember, the subject is the whole main point of what this text is. And again, we're looking at lyrics. For lyrics, what do you think lyrics are? When we're thinking about music, lyrics?
The words.
The words in the song. Last, in soapstone, we have tone. And what is the author's attitude? So we're going to pay attention to the author's choice of words they use. Before we start our activity, I want to look at an advertisement. Before we were talking about the advertisement, what does it even mean? What is an advertisement? Who wants to try?
It's like showing your product off to someone.
So a product, and where do they usually show advertisements? Where do you usually see TV? Where else do you see this?
Newspapers.
Newspapers, magazines.
On your phone.
On your phone, good. So in this advertisement, what I'm showing you, who is the person showing the advertisement? Or the company?
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Why do you think it's McDonald's? What do you see?
Little M.
The M. Now, remember, we're going to look at our soapstone. So when you look at your soapstone, it says audience. Who do you think are attended or the people they're trying to reach?
Kids.
Kids. Okay, why do you say kids, Dan?
Because of the backpack and
The backpack?
Like school.
What's different about the backpack?
It has the colors.
It has the colors. What else? It kind of looks like. What?
Looks like the sign.
It looks like the sign. So it looks like the M.
And the M logo.
No, what about this one?
Books.
What is it trying to show us?
Kids that go to school read books.
Okay, it's kids go to school, they read books, but what is this actual picture showing us?
Like a burger, looking like.
Burger, yeah, it looks like the McDouble
Wow.
Sam, only
cheeseburger.
you would have seen that.
I
You guys,
didn't see
yeah,
it.
you guys didn't see it when you look far away. It's like a
I
cheeseburger.
didn't see
Yeah, I
that.
didn't
Yeah.
see it either.
So then, what would this
Sam
be? If you're
knows.
thinking about food, what does this be?
Fries.
Fries. Okay, so the pencils represent, or they show that they're fries. So, what do you think the purpose? Remember, look back. What is purpose?
The reason behind
The
text.
reason. So, what do you think the reason that they're showing this?
To get kids to buy the food.
So they're getting kids. So who is getting the kids to buy?
McDonald's.
McDonald's. So McDonald's is trying to get kids to buy their food, specifically kids who go to welcome back to school. So that's what it says on the top. It's small, but you can see it. So specifically kids. And then we know who our audience is, and what are they trying to use to persuade their audience?
They know kids go to school and like with a backpack.
Okay.
That's those are things you use in school.
They're trying to have the kids persuade the parents to
buy it. Okay, perfect. So they're trying to persuade. What are they using in the picture though? So what is it using to make the kids want to go?
Like bright colors.
Bright colors. Okay, you can talk about the colors, but it is also showing that kids should just go to McDonald's. So they're persuading it that this whole thing, that McDonald's is for kids. Yeah, exactly, Dan. Good job. So now I want you guys, I'm going to give you guys what the activity is that we're going to be doing today. So this is going to be the rhetorical analysis music video. We're going to talk about the directions really quick. So let me go to mine. So, okay, it has a rhetorical analysis music video activity. You guys are going to be listening to songs and we're going to be reading song lyrics. So before we start, I'm going to hand you the lyrics, but I just want to go over the directions first. We need to find the musician or the author's purpose of the song with evidence that supports it. So remember, purpose is what?
The point of it.
The point of it, the reason, good. And then evidence. We didn't really talk about evidence. What do you think evidence means?
Like examples.
It's like proof.
Examples, proof. I like that word, proof and examples. So in this case, in the music video, what are we going to look at?
The words, obviously.
Words. It's a video, so we're looking at
Colors.
colors and what's
Pictures.
actually, pictures, what's actually going on in the video. So directions. We're going to identify and write the author's purpose from the music video and lyrics in one sentence. Then the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to write 1 to 2 sentence rhetorical analysis. So remember, that's analyzing the evidence supporting the author's purpose. We're going to watch it one time. I'm going to hand you guys the lyrics so you can just look at the lyrics, and then I have lyrics on the screen. You're going to listen to the music and you're going to read the lyrics and watch the video. We're not going to do anything first. I just want you to pay attention to any important details or important pieces of evidence that you will see. Hold on.
And you've been so many places, I guess it must be so. But still I cannot see if the savage one is me. How can there be so much that you don't know? You don't know. Think you own whatever land you land on. The earth
we watch it again, I just wanted to ask if you guys remember what were we looking for in this video?
Rhetorical analysis.
Okay, what were the two things? Look at the directions. What were the two things?
Purpose.
The author's purpose, and then we're also finding rhetorical analysis of evidence. So we need to find evidence and the purpose. So, just by looking at the video, what did you guys see going on in the video?
A lot of colors.
Colors, okay.
A lot of like animals.
Animals.
A guy and a girl.
The guy and girl, do you guys know the name?
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas, okay. Do you know, so Pocahontas is a Native American woman, and that's John Smith, and they are also real characters in real life. So they're real people. Just how this movie was shown, it was a fiction movie, but a lot of this was showing, so you said animals and you said colors. Did we see any other parts of life?
A lot of nature.
Nature, that's a good word. So nature is the key to this. So we're gonna actually use that in our author's purpose. I'm gonna pass out highlighters. We're going to look at the video again. This time I'm gonna tell you what words that I want you to look at while we're listening to the video, because those words are gonna be important when we're trying to find or we're trying to label our evidence. So we're gonna watch some parts of the video again. And now we're gonna pay extra attention to what we see and then what we can read. So when you are listening and when you're reading, I want you to write down, I want you to highlight whatever I'm gonna tell you once we go through it. And then I also, if you want, whatever you see, you should list what you see that represents nature. Okay, so if you see anything going on in the video that represents nature, you guys can write it down onto that same sheet. Okay, here we go.
Ignorant savage, and you've been so many places, I guess it must be so, but still I cannot see if the savage one is me. How can there be so much that you don't know? You don't know.
So I'm gonna stop right there 1 second. What do you guys see, or actually where are they right now?
In a forest.
In a forest. So I want you to write that down. Forest. And so write that in your lyric video. I'm gonna write it right here. Just so I can display for you guys to spell it. Forest. Okay. We're gonna keep going.
Think you own whatever land you land on.
Does anyone see a word in here that we can highlight that represents or shows us about or talks to us about nature?
Land.
Land. So highlight land on your lyric sheet. Good.
The earth is just a dead thing you can claim.
I want you to highlight earth because that's another place for nature that Pocahontas is going to talk about. They're on earth.
But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name, has a life.
I'm going to go back. You need to,
But I
in this sentence, I think this is actually a really good sentence to highlight for evidence. So but I know every rock and tree and creature, so I actually want this whole statement. And then actually we're gonna highlight the next line, has a life, has a spirit, has a name. Because this we could use as evidence.
has a life.
Yep. Has a life, has a spirit, has a name for the whole piece of nature.
The spirit has a name. Think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you
So I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna go to the lyrics. Right here. And we just saw this part. What in here do you think we can use as evidence towards our purpose? Remember our purpose? It's our reasoning, which we're still trying to figure out our author's purpose, but we do know it's going to be something about nature because that's a lot of the subject. So again, in your soapstone strategy, the subject of our piece of text from the lyrics. So what do you think we can use in here or highlight?
When she says, have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue
Or-
corn?
Okay, and then what visual or what did you see or hear in the
Stars.
video? Okay, you saw stars, and what did you hear that relates to actually this statement or sentence? Do you remember? In the video.
The wolf and the
Yeah, so it actually showed the wolf in the moon. So we can use that as a visual evidence, or you can use that as the written evidence. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Can you paint with all the colors of
Actually, I want to go back. Why do you think I would highlight this part? Or one of the parts in this sentence?
This wind doesn't have colors.
Well, very true. So the wind does not have colors. What do you think? Is she really saying it's the colors of the wind? What do you think she's talking about?
Seasons.
Okay, she's talking about different seasons and different forms of wind. So there's wind can happen in all different types of places. But why do you think I want to highlight colors of the wind? What's the name of the song? Colors of the Wind. So that has to be important to a piece of evidence because this is going to be mentioned or talked about. You're going to see it in the lyrics more than once. But good job, Sammy. So that's what we would do in a future lesson is that we're going to talk about colors of the wind. We would talk about metaphors and similes, and that would go more with figurative language, which we would talk about later on in future lessons. But good job.
Come run the hidden pine trees of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you. And for once, never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends.
So in this, she is saying, the rainstorm and the river are my brothers, and the heron and the otter are my friends. Sorry, I want to magnify. So she's saying the rainstorm and the river are my brothers, and the heron and the otters are my friends. So does anyone know what a heron is?
It's like a bird.
It's a type of bird. Good. So it's a type of bird. And do you think when Pocahontas is saying the rainstorm and the river are my brothers, are they literally her brothers?
No.
No. What do you think she's meaning by that?
They're all one in nature.
They're all one in nature. Okay, that's good. When you think of brothers, what does that mean? When you have, so if you have a brother,
Like you're close to
you're
them.
close to them, so that means they're important to you. So she is saying that the rainstorm is what? And the river.
They're close.
They're close or they're important to her.
Yeah.
So the heron and the otter are my friends. So again, are they really friends?
No.
No. Heron and otter are animals. So what is she saying about animals?
She loves animals.
She loves animals and she's close with them. Okay, perfect. We're almost done with the lyrics. want to remind you, she's repeating the colors of the wind again, so it's repetition. So it's important for our evidence and our purpose.
Can hold the earth and still all your own is earth until you can play with all the colors of
Alright. So, now after we watched it a second time, did you notice anything new in the lyrics or the video? Maybe look back at what we highlighted.
There's more meaning in what she's saying.
There's more meaning than what she's saying, like what? Try to be specific.
Like what we just talked about how when she doesn't actually mean that the storm and the river are her brothers or the otter is her friend, but
Good, good. So what did they actually mean?
that she
To her.
cares for that stuff.
She cares for what stuff?
She cares for
The
nature.
For nature, the animals, the
And she
plants.
pays more attention to nature than the white men do.
Okay, good. So do you think she's just, when she's talking about this, so this is when it gets a little tricky, is she the only one that should care about nature? Or
Everyone
just
should.
she thinks that everyone should care about nature. So now that goes into our author's purpose. And now I want you to go back to the worksheet. Good, Sam. So you're all on the worksheet. Jim, are you on it? No, Dan?
Yeah.
This? Okay, good. So we're gonna look at this box right here. And then I have it up here, I'm gonna type it. So we have author's purpose, we need to do it in one sentence. So I have in the music video title, so on the ones I gave you, I think I made a mistake, but you could just put it right over what I wrote for the music video title. What is the music video title? You guys can look back at your lyrics.
Colors of the wind.
Colors of the Wind. It needs quotation marks, because it's a song.
Do all songs have quotation marks?
Yes. All songs have quotation marks when you're trying to write about them. So, and we're gonna put it by, it's a singer or character, so the singer is Judy Collins, but we're gonna just put Pocahontas.
Alright.
That's fine, and I will type that for you. So I'm writing this down, you're gonna write exactly how I'm writing it. Okay, so in The Colors of the Wind by Pocahontas, the author persuades, and remember, what does persuade mean? Let's look back.
Help someone to believe in what you believe in.
Good job, Dan. So to help someone believe what you want to believe in. So the author is trying to help the audience believe in something that they want to believe in. So how should we word it? So the author persuades the audience that what? We talked about what was our
That
subject.
Pocahontas.
That everyone should care about nature.
Okay,
Like she
so
does.
she's saying so that nature,
People should start to
so
believe in
people
nature more.
should what?
Start to realize that nature is important.
Realize that nature, that is exactly what happened, that nature is important. Awesome, so we have that our author's purpose is, in The Colors of the Wind by Pocahontas, the author persuades the audience that, how about we change people that that the audience that people should, no, that's good, that people should realize that nature is important. Good. Now, evidence. This is when it kind of gets a little tricky because we have a lot of evidence and we need to put it together to two complete sentences. So, how I'm going to start it is I'm still going to say the author. Hold on, let me just take these out. Remember, I want you to write these in your lines. The author There we go. The author persuades the audience that nature is important. So I want everyone to have this. By using, now this is when we need to look back to our evidence. So we had a couple things. What did we see?
How she related the brainstorm and river to her brothers.
Okay, so we can use that. So by using animals, right? What animals do you remember that she told? Wolf, and what else? What other type? Otter, hare. Yeah, no, but yeah, the wolf is fine too. She did talk about the wolf. By using animals, to do what?
Persuade.
We already have the author persuades the audience that nature is important by using animals as a way.
As an example.
As an example, good.
To show that nature is important.
So we had that in the beginning. So what does she do? What does she talk about? She uses the names of the animals. We're gonna say that. So she's gonna, by using the names of the animals, and what does she repeat?
Colors of the wind.
Good, repeating. Remember, since it's a title, how should I have that written?
Oh, we said quotation marks.
Good, good job, son. Quotation mark. By repeating colors of the wind. Let's talk about setting a little bit. So in the evidence we can talk about setting. Where is Pocahontas?
In the forest.
Pocahontas. Didn't spell her name right. I can never spell her name right. Is shown.
Shown
So shown means that you see her. That you see her
in places.
in
like,
the place. What's the place that she's in? Do you remember?
She's in a lot of places.
Okay.
Forest, the water.
Okay, so
mountain.
good. Is shown in the forest, water. So she is in water. Do you remember names of types of bodies of water?
River.
Okay, a river. She was in a river, and that's also in where? The word river. Where did you see that?
In the song.
In the song, in the lyrics. Good. It's shown in the forest and the river. And one last place, I think. Starts with an L. We actually highlighted that, I think, in the beginning. That was one of the words.
Land.
And land. So she is shown in the forest and river and land. And what does this represent? Or what does this show us that she is in? She's in, remember what's her subject? Good, Sam. So to represent nature. Awesome. So the author, so the evidence that we found is that the author persuades the audience that nature is important by using the names of animals and repeating colors of the wind. Pocahontas is shown in the forest, river, and land to represent nature. So now that we're done with the model, so we did this together, for the next part, you're going to work with your partners or your group to do another song in your group, and you're going to find, again, the author's purpose and evidence. You can use this example when you guys are doing your own practice. We're done.
Done?
Yeah.
Okay. What if my phone turned off?
Okay.
Sleep.